Hello, everybody. Oh, welcome and happy November. I love this time of year. The air gets crisp and the sweaters come out, and suddenly we are invited to slow down just a little and take stock of what the year has brought us. Gratitude becomes the word of the season, doesn't it? And I mean, it is everywhere. It's in cards and commercials and conversations. But today, I want to look at it just a little bit differently. Because what if gratitude isn't just an attitude? What if it is actually a biological advantage? Now, I know that might seem like a bold claim, but hang on with me for just a second. By the end of our chat today, you are going to see how your genetics and how your brain chemistry and how even your daily choices are all going to interact to create your unique capacity for gratitude. And the best part is that we can strengthen it just like any other muscle. So drop in the chat or the comments if you have ever noticed that gratitude can shift your mood almost instantly. Now, maybe it's something as simple as just like catching a beautiful sunrise or getting that text from somebody that you love, and suddenly like your whole body just exhales. That is not your imagination. That is neurochemistry at work. And here is where the brain and the science and all gets really fascinating. So gratitude is not just a feel-good idea. It is a measurable brain state. And the three key regions that are going to light up when you experience genuine gratitude are going to be your prefrontal cortex. And that's the part that integrates emotion and reasoning. Then you have the anterior cingulate cortex, and this is tied to your empathy and to your social bonding. And then there's the hypothalamus, which is going to regulate your stress and your sleep and your metabolism. And when you feel grateful, your brain is also going to be releasing dopamine and serotonin and oxytocin. That is that neurotransmitter trio that is basically the biological version of a cozy blanket and a nice cup of tea. Dopamine is going to say, "Ooh, this feels good. Let's do more of this." And your serotonin is going to keep your mood nice and stable. And that oxytocin is going to deepen your connection and your trust. So when you practice gratitude, your brain literally lights up as if you have just been given a gift, because in a way you have. Now let's zoom in on the genetic layer, because as with most traits, gratitude does have a biological foundation. Now, research suggests that about 30 to 40% of our baseline happiness and gratitude is heritable. So yes, some people are naturally going to be more glass half full, and others might have to work a little harder to fill their glass every day. But that doesn't mean that it's fixed. There are a few genes that are going to play a role here. You've got the SLC6A4, that's the serotonin transporter gene, and it's going to help regulate your mood and your sensitivity to stress. Then you have the OXTR, that's that oxytocin receptor gene, and it's going to affect your empathy and your social connection. And then the BDNF, and that is going to support your neuroplasticity, which is your brain's ability to rewire itself through practice and experience. So while your genes are going to set your baseline, daily gratitude practices can actually influence gene expression through a process called epigenetics. And this means that your thoughts and your emotions can literally turn genes on or off, just like a light switch. And that is pretty amazing. So quick, drop into the chat or into the comments if you describe yourself as a glass half full, or if you are a glass half empty person, or maybe you're just a constantly refilling my glass person. There is no wrong answer. It's just about having that awareness, and that gratitude is going to meet you wherever you are. Anybody have any thoughts on that so far?
When you asked if we're a glass half full or a glass half empty person, I literally heard my father in my brain, and he's like, the glass is always full. If it's half full of water, then it's half full of air and it's fully full.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah. Okay, very literal. Yes. Yes. I think I tend to be a glass half full person unless I'm stressed. So in those stressed moments, obviously all bets are off. But on a typical day, on most days for me, I think I'm not like full on Pollyanna, but I am definitely a let's see the possibilities and seeing things definitely as a half full. Hasn't always been the way in my life. I have had to train my brain to do that more. Anyone else? Any other thoughts or comments on that?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. When under stress, it's a little harder, but most of the time I'm half full, and yeah, I can move through pretty smoothly. So, but yes, you have to work on it. You have to work on it.
Awesome. Thanks, Vicki. All right. So now let's talk about what happens beyond your brain. So gratitude is going to have a ripple effect across your entire body. So physically, it is going to lower your cortisol and your blood pressure. It's going to improve your heart health. It's going to strengthen your immune system, and it's even going to enhance your sleep quality. Mentally, it's going to reduce anxiety and depression. It's going to help you bounce back faster from stress, and it's going to increase your optimism. And then socially, it is going to strengthen your relationships, and it's going to encourage empathy, and it's going to create that lovely kindness contagion. So when you say thank you, your brain and your body don't just hear it, they feel it. So gratitude doesn't just make you happier, it makes you healthier and more connected. So forget the apple. I believe it is a thank you a day that is going to keep the doctor away. Okay, so let's make this personal now. We're going to take a quick pause. And I want you to think of one challenge that you have faced this year, something that stretched you or tested you or surprised you. I have lots. This has been a year. But just think of one that you have faced. And now I want you to ask yourself, what quality in you helped you get through that? And maybe it was resilience, or maybe it was curiosity or humor, or your ability to ask for help. Whatever it was, that is your gratitude gene in action. Does that bring anything up for y'all that you would like to share?
Well, me getting pneumonia was kind of a surprise. So yes, resilience was one. And then asking for help and continually advocating for myself with the healthcare system we have. Sometimes you just have to keep on keeping on with them and said, I need this test or I need this x-ray and that kind of thing. But being resilient, then I got the antibiotic I needed and got back to health. So
Excellent.
I'm glad you went first because resilience is so much a better word than what was going through my head. And I was trying to figure out how to like turn it into gratitude because what got me through is that I think of this as a good thing. It's not going to sound as good as I think it is, but that lockjaw, death roll, determination, commitment level, like like a crocodile unwilling to give up, that part of me. Resilience is a prettier way of saying that. That's nicer. That sounds more gratitude.
Excellent. Now, in previous lives that we have done, so you can go back if you haven't listened to any of those, but we've talked about what it is that can set you apart as someone who metabolizes dopamine quickly or more slowly, and serotonin and things like that. So thinking about that, if you are someone who metabolizes dopamine quickly, then you're going to feel gratitude most when life gives you something new. when you get an adventure, an opportunity, or a change. And if you are more serotonin driven, then you might find gratitude in stability and routine and the familiar faces that are going to anchor you. And if your oxytocin pathways are really strong, then you are probably going to feel gratitude most through connection. That's about community and kindness and shared experiences. So drop in the comments if you're watching this on the replay, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit here. But fill in the blank of, I am grateful that I am the kind of person who. And when you find yourself doing this, it's not only going to build your self-awareness, but you're going to be teaching your brain what to look for. And your brain will always find what it is trained to see.
New awareness, new impact. Love that.
Exactly. So I am grateful that I am the kind of person who leads with curiosity and finds the wonder in new situations.
I am grateful. I am the kind of person who leans in when it gets uncomfortable with other people.
Thank you.
Welcome.
See what I did there?
I did. I did. That was good. That was good. Huh, that's interesting how that hits your body when you say it that way.
Mm-hmm. So anytime you want to point out something about yourself, I'm the kind of person who, think about starting it with, I'm grateful that.
Okay,
I'm the
that's
kind
good
of
to
person
know.
who.
I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I can bring people together.
Yes, you can. I'm grateful that you do that too, Vicki. Yeah. And you're right, Kara, it does feel different.
Does feel different, exactly.
Giving yourself that acknowledgement.
A different energy level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have just given yourself a little dopamine
Dopamine.
and serotonin and
A little
oxytocin.
neuro cocktail.
There you
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
So if you are like hanging out with friends and you want to build stronger bonds between you, or you are in a relationship with someone and you want to strengthen the bonds between you, thank yous are a great way to do that. Because our body is designed to respond to that.
Okay.
Now, all of that to say also that, you know, each of our bodies, as we've just talked about a little bit here, is going to be wired perhaps uniquely for you in how your body is going to process the dopamine, the serotonin, the oxytocin, but you can train yourself. If you want more of a serotonin hit, if you want more of an oxytocin, you want a little more dopamine, recognize that. And then there are exercises that will help to increase that within you through neuroplasticity. You can train your brain to give you more dopamine if you're not baseline genetically wired to get those dopamine hits.
As a spicy person, that's very, very nice to hear.
Yeah, it gives
Thank
you a
you.
lot of hope that you're not just at a certain level. You can work at it and get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the epigenetics of gratitude. So what are some things that we can do? And this is where the science gets really simple, because gratitude is not just a one-time shift. It is going to be a cumulative effect. So small, consistent gratitude moments can literally alter your gene expression over time. It's going to lower the activity of stress-related genes, and it's going to boost your immune resilience. So here are 3 quick things that you can implement. Experiment with these and just see how your body responds to it. One of them is doing a quick 3 things gratitude journal each night. So just 3 quick, I am thankful for A, B, C, and D. And these can be super simple. Maybe you had a really crappy day. I have had some where I am literally grateful for central heating in my apartment. And like that, I got really basic.
To have survived the day.
Exactly. Yeah. So whatever your 3 things are, having those 3 quick, and it doesn't have to be a big, long paragraph. It literally can just be like bullet points. I'm grateful for ABC. And do that each night. You can also send 1 gratitude text each morning. It will give you a boost and it will give them a boost to receive it. And the third thing is to do a simple mental thank you before a meal or a meeting or even before going to bed. And this is one that I do a lot of times, like before I go to bed, to help me just let go of the day and calm my system down so that I can get more restful sleep. I will do a little thank you as I'm turning the lights off, turning all the devices off, ready to just relax. And it gives me that moment to exhale the day. So think of these 3 things, and you don't have to limit it to these. There's a million ways that we can implement thank yous and gratitude into our days. But these are just little micro dose rewires that you can do for your nervous system, because you don't have to overhaul your entire life. You just have to notice more often. And when I let myself, my brain, I train it to lead with gratitude, I start to see the things that others are doing that I can thank them for, the things that just exist in the world around me, that I can be grateful to exist with these things. We had horrible, I'm in Los Angeles, and we had horrible fires earlier this year. And I am so grateful that I can breathe the air safely now. So there are so many little things that we can be grateful for. Little in the sense of there are things we might not notice unless we pause and notice. So what are we going to take away from this? Well, first off, gratitude, it's not just good manners. It actually is genetic maintenance. Do you like that phrase, Kara?
I'm writing it down. Did you see me immediately?
Yes. I did. I saw your face.
Genetic maintenance.
Yes. So you can't change the DNA that you were born with, but you can change how it expresses. And that's the sweet spot. And that is where curiosity and our biology and our intentional living are going to meet. And as you move through this season of reflection, which is November, notice the small things that are going to light up your system. The smile, the song, the quiet moment, and let them teach your genes what joy feels like. And if you have enjoyed this conversation, we invite you to keep exploring how your curiosity and your neuroscience and everyday life is going to intersect. Kara Jean and I have started a new podcast, the Neurospicy Dialogues. You will find it on all of the major outlets. So please subscribe and follow us there. It is where we dive into the diversity of being human, especially for those of us whose brains don't quite fit the mold. And we're going to be on Spotify and Apple and wherever you're going to listen to podcasts. So I'm going to open the floor in just a second, but I just wanted to have some closing thoughts here, which are that gratitude, it's not going to erase the hard things. They is what they is. To use some Kara grammar there. But gratitude, it is going to illuminate the good that grows beside the hard things. And every time you notice that, you're not just feeling better, you are evolving. So I thank you for being here today and for bringing your curiosity today. And now I open the floor for what are the thoughts that you have? What has this sparked for you?
You know, from a woo-woo court perspective, gratitude has been a woo-woo word for a really long time, like a long time. And to have the science so stacked, like not just a little, it's not like, oh, practice some gratitude, you'll get some dopamine. It's like, oh no, we're going to give you all three of the neurotransmitters. Yeah, you can have them all. Also, we're going to highlight 3 different sections of your brain and just light them up with all of those neurotransmitters that they wanted anyway. Also, we'll reduce your serotonin or your cortisol, if that would be helpful. And would you like to sleep better? We can help with that. It's like your brain and body is willing to do anything for gratitude.
It is a hungry, hungry hippo for gratitude.
Yeah.
And it rewards us every time we do it.
The cumulative work, that is probably the thing that I love most about behavioral genetics in this entire space that we play in and in the epigenetics. Because it not only is it empowering, but that the ability to not have to unlearn something and just relearn an entire thing, but to simply just retrain your brain and your body for these new pathways and just give it that attention so that your body's like, oh, that's what you want to do? Sure. Okay, we can do that. Fine. Why didn't you just ask? I love that skill. I love that that's something that we can do. And if you can do this much impact with just gratitude, cool. I like that for me.
I love how simple it can be too. It's not, you don't have to, write a dissertation on it or anything. You just can write 3 simple things or, go out in nature and be thankful for the sunshine on your face, and just get that energy boost just from that. And, and then if you want to go even further, if you're connecting with somebody, giving them a hug and saying thank you is another type of boost. So yeah, it's not difficult. It's something simple.
Yeah. And I find it so fascinating that we are wired this way because we need community to survive. And so it's like there's everything that is in us is there. It serves a purpose in the longevity of our species. And to see how this was instilled within us, like over the 200,000 years or however long we've been here, which is, just a tiny blip on the calendar of the universe. But it's incredible to me that this is so incredibly simple and powerful. And the effects of it are essential for our survival.
How to leverage survival to feel like thriving. Genetic maintenance. I love that.
All
Love
right.
it.
Any last thoughts that anybody wants to share before we wrap it up today?
Well, I want to thank you for the attitude of gratitude. So this has been fantastic. And the no, it's so simple. It doesn't have to be difficult. So thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you. All right. So we will be back next month where Kara will be leading us in our December chat on the first Friday of December. And until then, we are so grateful for you. We hope you have a wonderful November in whatever you are honoring and celebrating and being grateful for throughout this month. Thank you so much, and we will see y'all soon.